When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza.
Oh, what are you doing over there, Boombach? Pipe it down, huh? I'm trying to listen to the Nonnas Basement Sports Podcast with my paisan Joseph Monticchio. Take it away, Joe.
The rhythm of the night, oh yeah, yeah. The rhythm of the night, this is the rhythm of my life, oh yeah, yeah. The rhythm of my life.
Great way to start the show, mumbling as. Congratulations. The first ever words ever in actual Nonna's Basement are mumbles. Mumbling Hazi. Welcome inside Nonna's Basement, because we actually are live from Nonna's Basement, the legitimate basement where Joe and Haz watch TV about 3 to 4 times a week and scream and wake Nonna up when she sleeps.
And your mom.
And my mom. And
Jim.
And Jim, the boiler guy who fixed our boiler, even though he didn't understand a word you said. By the way, before we even introduce people and stuff like that, I'd just like to give a thanks to Dan for saying that Dan's guarantee that he was going to change the intros, and Cowardice Corey starts off the first ever episode.
I blame Joe.
What did I do? How do you blame me?
Because it's your house and you're never ready for me.
I'm ready for everybody. I was ready for a new intro, and then all of a sudden I hear your buddy, Cowardice Corey.
You like that?
Do you like that he started off the first ever episode inside Nonna's Basement?
I don't. I think I'm going to have to delete this episode and do it again.
Oh, well, okay. So I guess me and Haz can talk about whatever we want about then, eh, Haz?
Yep.
Let's talk about the AIDS that you have. Nope. Okay.
What the fuck? What's wrong with this guy?
Welcome inside Nonna's Basement Sports Podcast. This is the host with the most, Joseph Monticchio. To my left, and I would say I usually say either you're pretty or you're not pretty. Today you're
pretty good looking.
Yeah, 6.5. 6.75?
6.9 out of 10.
Yeah, 6. Here it is.
He brought some nice desserts, so I'll give him
he did.
7.
Okay, 7. We'll be fair. We'll be nice. 7 out of 10.
6.9.
Mr. Elias Hazi Bodromu. And across from me, all the way around to the other side of the basement. And this basement is massive.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Projector
Unlike something Dan
screens.
has.
It's always something
It's
that I
my
have.
boy, Dan the Pooh Man.
The not so Pooh Man.
Yeah. We got actually a lot of good reviews about the Pooh Man. A lot of people seem to think that you may have been the Pooh Man indeed. And the guy
I think he was.
Yeah.
There you go.
This guy shit
yeah, I was going to say, this guy,
guy's
he doesn't
shitting.
really suck. He throws his shit.
He throws his stuff.
Maybe the
eh?
Jays should sign him. We'll get to that a little bit
Oh,
later.
yeah. We've got a lot to talk about today. We got to talk about your boys, the Toronto Raptors, finally losing at home in a little bit of a disappointing game. Your Toronto Blue Jays and what they pretend like they're doing. We got NFL surprise guest, which we'll get to in just 2 seconds. Questions of the week, send a scroll, and everyone's favorite Hazi's House League picks. How those been going, Haz?
House League.
Yeah, very House League.
Very House League.
There you go. These guys, yes, he does. All right, but we're going to start off with the Toronto Maple Leafs, who, since Sheldon Keefe has come back, have looked pretty good, 4 out of 5. And then last night, okay, so, but I got to explain this. So for the people that don't know, because we are now shooting from the basement, we have a bunch of new features. Dan, if you want to play your best 3 clips that you now have on this new podcaster. Go ahead. That's a good one. That's pretty good.
That's when Joe pulls his pants down.
All right. Oh, when Hazi's thinking and has to fucking spit something out, this is what we got to play.
This is for Haz's House League picks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when Joe tries to add 2 plus 2.
Okay. And your next best third one. What do we got there?
I like this one. This is when Joe makes a joke.
So, but you said that next week we're going to have a bunch of potentially a new intro.
Yes.
A visual too, correct?
Yes.
And as well, new drops.
Yes.
Except for your favorite, this guy sucks one.
That one's always going to stay there.
Yeah,
my
that's the
favorite.
number one
Hey,
because
quick question. Is it okay to laugh at your own jokes? Because I'm notorious for that.
he just smiled when he did that
There
too.
you go.
Yes. The thing is, if you're the only person who laughs,
Oh, it's fine.
no, then you're a loser. But if
Then you're a little weird.
yeah, if at least one other person laughs and you're laughing, then it's okay. But if you're the only guy laughing, then you're a loser. Agreed, Dan?
Agreed.
This guy sucks.
Yeah, apparently Hazi's jokes suck as well.
You're going to get it, Bobby.
You're gonna get it, clown. All right,
Bobby's better.
we're gonna go to the Toronto Maple Leafs, like we said before. Won 4 or 5 since Sheldon Keefe has come back, looking good. Last night, tied down 1-1, tied 1-1, and then with 5 minutes left, they completely shit themselves.
Someone bet the over in that game, eh?
Oh my goodness! What? They ended 6-1.
How about if you bet the under?
Now, this is the thing, though. Let me ask you this, because people, well, then you would have lost money.
I know, but how you'd be fucking
Did you
rattled.
bet the under?
No.
Did you have it?
1-1 and 4 minutes left, you're looking good, and then,
What was the over at 6.5?
I don't know, 5, it doesn't matter, 5.5, 6.5, you still get fucked.
Well, you can blame the Leafs because they completely quit on their goalie. And okay, should he maybe have stopped the ghost of Notre Dame there, Shane Gostisbehere slap shot, maybe. But the team just completely quit. Your buddy Justin Hall had his first bad game as a Toronto Maple Leaf. He did. That last goal just can't happen.
You just want it to be like everybody else.
Dermott made a bunch of stupid mistakes. And yeah, they were. I didn't think they were bad, but that ending looked really bad. And a lot of people on Twitter got upset because they made the game look terrible and they basically screwed Anderson's stats, putting a 6 spot on the guy. It's bad.
Especially if you have him in fantasy.
Do you? No,
my
I don't
buddy
have
does.
him.
He wasn't
No,
happy.
I don't have him. But now he's playing tonight. We're watching the game currently. Actually, what time? Dan, what time is it exactly? What time are we doing this podcast? This may be the earliest podcast in the history of Nonna's Basement.
8:22 p.m.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be the earliest. What's the earliest we've ever done? 10 something?
11:30.
After hours, red light district.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
hours. We get there. We always get there 9:30, but we start at midnight.
Yeah, and the reason why we did it so early is to make sure we have enough time at McDonald's to go to the playpen for you, Dan, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I have to play in the playpen.
And it closes at midnight, and you'd be missing that, right?
Buy a burger, comes with the playpen.
Exactly.
And the Happy Meals too, right? You like the building those little houses, the toys?
Yep, that's exactly.
So, a lot of questions came from this game. Anderson's starting, and as we're watching this game, it's currently 0-0 halfway through the second. Nazem Kadri had a nice little tribute to him. His mom and dad were crying in the stands. Standing ovation. Of course, it's not the standing ovation he deserves because the ACC is a bunch of, basically, it's just a church, is what it is. And me and you don't have enough money, especially me and you. The way your bets have been going and the way I've been spending money, we have no money to go to the ACC.
Aren't you a high roller?
Good buddy, I'm going to Vegas in January.
In January, you're going to be a high roller.
I'm going to be throwing down $50 on the blackjack table.
I asked Joe where he's staying at the Stratosphere, and he's like, "Oh, in Bellagio." So this is Joe Moneybags over here.
Hey, listen, if you're going to go, you got to go hard, right? That's the way they...
You don't even know what's around the Bellagio if I ask you right
Vegas
now.
can't handle me. What could I say?
What's around the Bellagio?
What's around the Bellagio? Casinos.
What's the Bellagio known for?
The falls in the front?
The falls.
Is it the fountain in the front?
The fountain.
Yeah, the fountain in the front.
The falls in the front.
Okay, well, the big
House
fountain.
league.
All right. So I was right. So you tested
You're
me.
going
I
to be
was
in bed
right.
by 9:30 every night.
Absolutely. I'm a good... Well, no, not their time. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, it would be their time because it's 12:30 here, right?
Well, no, just 9:30 p.m. there. It doesn't matter. You're going to be in bed because you're a fucking peasant and a kid.
Just throwing in that I'm a peasant. That wasn't necessary, but okay.
Joe's not going to go out at night.
Hey, if anyone wants to meet the host of the show, go to the $1 blackjack table.
Yeah, I'll be there. $1, $2. Throwing. Hey, maybe a double down $4.
Maybe give
Split
him
my eights, right?
maybe give him $1.
Ace.
Wait, what was that?
Maybe give him $1.
Yeah, hey, I'll take your dollar. I'm not. Listen, like I said, I'm not so big that I won't take $1 from somebody. There
you go.
We're not that. We're level headed. Would you not say so, Haz?
We got to get stickers and post them around Pearson when you go.
Yeah,
Pearson
and maybe
Airport.
somebody that could take a picture with one of the stickers, get something. A free Hazi Houseling pick.
Stomach hurts.
Yeah, his stomach hurts.
It does.
A free pizza.
Scarf down that pizza.
Oh my goodness, extra large pizza. What a way to start the show.
up because it's hurting me.
Yeah, okay. So before Hazi has to go diarrhea in my bathroom, talking about diarrhea, Dan the Pooh Man. No, I'm kidding.
Joe Monticchio.
Dude, somebody who played like absolute shit in that game was Austin Matthews. And I saw something on Twitter that was very interesting, and it made me think for just a second. He is not the best defensive player. We both know this, Has. And there's sometimes you're screaming at your TV of how bad he is defensively. Now, obviously, is this guy gifted offensively? Absolutely. May have one of the best shots in the NHL. He's over a point a game. Would you consider Austin Matthews as a winger going forward?
No. He's too good. You got to keep him as center. He impacts the game more. I think just got to get into it a little bit more. He just seems out of it a little bit, and you just got to kick him in the ass. Not literally, because that could get you get you gone. But he's too dynamic of a player to stick him on the wing. And when they saw it today, they put Austin Matthews and Marner on the same line, and they looked really, really good together.
Well, I was going to say, they also put him with Tavares, and that line also looked really good. Tavares centering him.
Yeah, I think he's good enough to play wing, but I think that you need to keep him at center.
But if this continues to go along where his defensive abilities gets questioned and his mistakes in his own zone keep costing them goals, can you keep him there for that? Like, I understand you got to give him some rope, which they're doing now, but eventually you're going to have to say, listen, this guy is not a good defensive hockey player. And is he an elite winger? Maybe.
I just think you don't have time.
And you just traded away your other good centerman. Kerfoot seems to not be a centerman. He's a winger.
you don't have a luxury to try new things.
Exactly.
At this
That's
point
the
in
thing,
season
right?
when
So
they're out of the playoffs at the moment.
So you're saying this whole season doesn't matter, regardless of how bad he plays defensively, you would keep him?
It's one game. I think he'll pick it up.
Well, okay, it's been
'Cause
more
he was
than
better
one
at the beginning
game.
of the year. He was way better at the beginning of the year defensively, and then I don't know what happened.
Well, he was just decent. I don't think we've ever said Austin Matthews as that was an elite game he played defensively. Made some great plays. He made a great play or two, yes, but I had never been like, have you ever watched a game? You're like, well, Austin Matthews played really well in his own
He's
zone
not
tonight.
out there to be a defensive.
No, but he
star.
can't be.
No, he's not going to win the Selke or he's going to win whatever.
And Colorado scores to make it 1-0. Nathan McKinnon on the power play.
Special teams for Leafs again.
That BK actually had been pretty good going into
Dan,
tonight.
which is my camera? I just want to show. I'll hide the email here. You
Yeah,
want to talk
what
about
do you want to show here?
You want to talk about House League? Look at how Joe spelt is Matthews is center and Nazem Kadri with an S. So if we want to talk about House League,
Yeah, well,
it's
okay.
Joe's
Well,
spelling.
I write
Dan,
them on my notes, and I just
Dan,
basically
you got any music for that?
This guy sucks.
that wasn't music.
That is House League.
Well,
Is
I wrote them
Matthews
quickly on my
is
net.
center. Is his team missing Nazem Kadri?
Yeah, all right, you're gonna sewer me like that, eh? Okay, it comes around. Don't worry. The fans know. The fans know it's coming back for you. I'm just waiting to bounce on you today.
Good thing you don't have to take a vocabulary test at the $2 minimum roulette table there at Bellagio.
Yeah, where are you? The $1 table? Exactly.
Definitely not.
We're gonna bring up your Hazi's House League picks. That's where I'm gonna get you. Talking about Nazem Kadri.
Nazem.
Like we said before, he got a really good standing
Nazem.
ovation as this game continues. But like we said, this team kind of misses that it factor, that defensive zone center, the one that you can rely on to play against other teams' first lines. And now thinking about all the way they've been playing, does this team really miss this guy?
He was their best player in the playoffs last year.
I was saying that all last year.
And then we've said this a million times, like beating a dead horse. He's the only guy that had any balls on that team.
And the thing is that we're seeing now is that he was obviously playing against teams' best lines and doing a pretty half-decent job at it.
And he was the one guy that would grind in the corners, grind other guys' D, like really wear him down, finish his checks. Trevor Moore, not in the lineup either.
Yeah, and this is the
That
thing.
guy almost killed Char last year. Oh my God.
Oh, that was the best is nobody saw it.
I know.
And then you go on Twitter after the game, it's like this guy's dead.
So like those two guys, man.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, is it what? Okay, obviously they miss him, but was the cost
No, in fact, Kerfoot? Get out of here. Barry seemed to pick it up a little bit, but essentially it was Barry for Kadri. You wouldn't
and
make that
has it
deal
been
again.
worth it?
No.
Even the way he's been playing recently?
No.
I don't think they should have traded him. That's
No,
my opinion.
should never trade him.
I said it when they happened. I don't think they need a defenseman. Yeah,
Could have traded Nylander.
I still think they need a defenseman, which brings me to my next point.
Could have traded somebody else.
Does this team need another right-handed shutdown defenseman? Because CC stinks. This guy's terrible. Go ahead, Dan. This is your cue. Yes, absolutely, he sucks.
But we need to go through the archives when you weren't our producer because you were doing bigger and better things apparently. When I said Hall was a top 4D and everyone laughed, if you put Hall with Riley on the top pair.
Well, did you hear what Keefe said?
No, I did not.
Keefe said the reason why he plays so much is because Barry. No. He was talking about CC.
Oh.
He said that Hall is still developing. He's becoming a good defenseman, but he's developing. And he said, and Barry, he doesn't put him out there because he wants him in offensive zone situations to start him off in, which makes sense, right? But man, like this guy's and now his underlying numbers were saying that he was actually good when he was when we saw in the eye test it was terrible. Now his numbers are bad.
Who?
So now the analytic
Barry.
community. No. CC.
Oh, CC. Yeah, he's not good. He's okay.
He's brutal.
He's okay as a fifth and sixth guy, but you put him and Dermott as the fifth and sixth guy. You can put. I would even rather see Muzzin and Hall as a pair, and then put Barry and Riley together, or interchange.
Well, see,
Barry
we both
and Hall.
agree CC's got to come out of that. He can't be playing 20-something. I know that you can't throw Barry out there in defensive zone situations, but Dermott, something, Hall, like you said, maybe test him out. There's no way he plays on this team next year, right? There's 0% chance.
You never know with this fucking organization. Sometimes you just. I'm surprised Martin
And they
Maurice
scored. Lee scored.
Oh yeah.
Who is it? It's your buddy. Who is that?
It's Hyman.
Zach Hyman on the third line now. You've been screaming about that for how long?
And I
No,
dropped,
is he
and I
actually on
dropped
the
them on
third line?
Yeah,
fantasy.
they put him on the third line. You must love Sheldon Keefe.
Buddy, no, fuck this. Someone hire me as a head coach. Whoever's out there in the NHL listening and needs a head coaching vacancy, everything I say comes to fruition. I'm God when
How much money do you want so that people know?
100 grand?
100 grand to be a GM? All right. You heard it
head
here
coach.
first. Oshawa,
seriously.
Oshawa Generals. Here's the Shaw. Here's your GM.
Apparently, I know a little bit something about hockey. Third line Hyman, fucking Keefe. I sent the bat signal to Keefe, throws him on third line.
Didn't say you knew a lot, but you know something, though. As Dan comes here with a billboard. What do you got here, Dan? Stop hitting the table. Okay.
Except the T's not there. It's a dash and it's le table.
Le table. Bye, Dan. Oh, one day
Hey, Dan, your ass is eating your pants, bud.
Yeah, but one day we're going to show the people what Dan actually looks like, right? Dan the Pooh
That's
Man.
not a pretty scene.
As he shows us his ass. That's just uncalled for, unprofessional, and simply just disgusting.
If people come see
Get
me,
the headphones on.
Yeah.
then you're gonna get more views on the show.
Okay. Well, agree to disagree.
You're on the amateur section on the adult sites, huh?
The amateur section. I'm on the fucking pro section. Bro.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Relax. Relax.
Hey,
I even have a pro hockey stick too.
Yeah, pro hockey stick. Yeah, you know what he did? He went to the ACC and went down to the store and bought one of those sticks.
what'd you get? An active
Dion
bird?
Phaneuf. You know, he got a Dion Phaneuf from back in 2008.
Dion Phaneuf.
Did you buy a jockstrap from there too, Dan?
I bought 10 of your jocks.
No, we figured it out. He didn't
you're
lose his
sold
jock
on your
strap. He had to. He shit his pants. He needed a new jock.
Stop hitting
No,
the
the
table.
pants. The
And at
pants.
York.
Yeah, at York. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Joe.
why he shit his underwear and he's like, fuck, I gotta dispose of this.
Joe, stop hitting the table
Fuck you, Dan.
Why are you standing, Dan?
because I can hear the noise.
Okay. Well, there.
why
My
are you-
hands are underneath the table now.
There you
Dan.
go. Now you're Hazi to this episode.
I have.
Why are you standing?
I know. Sit down. Have a seat, Dan. You look stressed. Okay. Anyways.
Dan's coming back.
All right, Hez. Your Toronto Raptors, who have been absolutely fantastic. You couldn't ask for anything more with Ibaka out, Kyle Lowry out, your buddy Matt Thomas out.
He looks like Matt Bonner.
Does he not? He does. He does look at Matt Bonner, and he shoots the ball like kind of Matt.
Ride the rocket.
Yeah.
Him and Clarkson.
How many years did he play after it was San Antonio? It felt like forever.
I don't know.
Maybe 4, 5, 6 years, something like that. Anyways, the Raptors, up until last night, were undefeated at home, but finally took their first L in overtime against the Miami Heat and your buddy Jimmy Buckets.
Were you about to say Marlins?
No, why?
It sounded like you were about to say Miami Marlins.
Why? Would you have liked it if I said Miami Marlins?
Just you know nothing about sports, so I wouldn't put it past you.
But hey, listen, the Heat were up most of the game. Raptors came storming back in the fourth. Maybe should have won in regulation, but didn't. And the Heat just dominated. Butler put on a show in overtime. And a lot of people, again, I don't know what it was on Twitter with the Toronto sports scene, but a lot of people seemed pissed off. And a lot of it went towards Lowry, who was 2 for 18.
You like $30 million for 2 for 18?
Okay, well, it's his first game back, and he's got a thumb injury. And we've also seen this
Might as well
before
sit
with
on that
Lowry.
fucking thumb.
Okay, well, why is everyone getting so mad? It's one game.
Yeah, I know it's one game, but
And he just came back, and he even
he
said
has
it.
those games though, and it's irritating.
Yeah, okay, but in the
But if it's not working, do something. Drive, get to the paint, take a foul, kick out something.
But he was even saying like the shots he wasn't even forcing up shots. They were open shots, just didn't hit him. So do you want to see him keep shooting those, or at a certain point would you like him to stop and just be like, okay, I got to move this ball?
He's got to shoot them, because if he starts making a couple, then they have to respect them and come out and guard him and opens up the floor. But if it's not working, you got to switch it up a little bit. Like, why don't you just shoot left-handed or something?
Left-handed. Wait, LeBron James there switching hands at the end of the game?
No, just he's got to mix up his game. If it's not working, 2 of 18. Once you're 2 of 10, like, okay, something else,
I
bud.
think he was worse than 2. I think it was only had one. I think he was 1 for 10 at the time. This is a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyways because it was making its round around Twitter.
Over here, Joe.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
I said you were 6.9. I don't look at anything above 7.5. If you're not 7.5 to me, that's why I'm looking at Dan.
He looks at me.
Yeah, 100%.
I look at Joe.
Dan's a solid 7.5.
There you go.
Solid.
He's one of the wonders of the world.
Exactly. Did you just see his ass when he mooned us?
Au naturel.
That's big. You like that, eh?
Yeah, you might not want to do something
Well,
about.
it's got to make up for something else you don't have.
I can confirm that.
That's
My
fucking
wallet?
weird.
No, you got a big one of those, Dan. That's what makes up for the front part.
Oh, yeah,
Big
eh?
bonds or
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
That was the only big thing in the front of your pants.
Oh, yeah,
is
the
your wallet. Yeah. But
SBC card.
it was going around Twitter that people were asking the question: has the play of Fred VanVleet been good enough that makes Lowry expendable?
Did I tell you I saw them downtown?
I
Driving
didn't-
home?
I think you may have mentioned it, but now
Renfrew.
Oh, really?
Walking out at 9:30 at night on a Friday.
What were they doing? They were just walking in.
walking out.
Oh, with you?
No, I drove. I was driving by.
Oh,
and
you
the
saw
side
them.
street there, and
you
I saw them.
You say anything to them?
No. It was kind of drove by them and after I realized who they were.
But
Man, apparently he's going to get 25, 30 million. And I believe that after next year.
is he worth that?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in today's NBA. You're going to lose Ibaka.
Yeah,
his
absolutely.
contract's done.
Yeah.
You're going to lose Gasol. So they
Yeah.
still have some cap flexibility. And they still can make a run for Yanni in 2021.
Yeah.
So and Lowry's getting older. And so one more deal. I would do it. He's for sure he's probably your best player.
Watching that game against Miami, does it not make you wonder why the Raptors maybe didn't go after someone like Jimmy Buckets?
Buddy, that guy's...
Oh, is it because he's a head case and that people don't
big
want to
time.
deal with it?
And I think Pat Riley in Miami, like, you can tell him, hey, Jimmy, listen, bud.
I've been there. I've done that. I've had all these
Fucking do this
championships.
now. You know, I'm fucking Pat Riley.
It's not
and
Minnesota.
Eric Spoelstra's been there for a long time. He's a proven coach. Not saying Nick Nurse isn't, but like, fuck, it's a lot easier when you're having a rough day. It's like,
And Jimmy Butler,
hey, you want to go to fucking Mangoes tonight?
you love mangoes.
Well,
eh?
I'm just saying, like, you're in 45-degree weather. If you're having a
But
bad
Butler,
day,
everywhere
it's
he
fine.
goes, and then in Philadelphia, remember, he keeps saying every week, he keeps saying, oh, well, there was something obviously wrong in Philadelphia. That's why I left. So everywhere he goes, he seems to burn all his bridges. So the talent's there. There's no doubt about that. And let's look at just the last playoffs as an example. He was their best player, wasn't even close. And that's why I don't think they're going to be as good this year. Is it worth dealing with the headaches because how good he is? Can you win with that kind of guy?
Is he not just DeMar DeRozan, but better?
Okay, I wouldn't. No, he's better defensively. DeMar DeRozan is one of the worst
Maybe.
defenders in the
And I
league.
guess he hits three.
Yes, he does. And he was clutch in that game. And he was clutch for Philadelphia. People forget he hit that too. Remember?
Yeah, but the
Tie
Raptors
the game.
have something, man. I think that they saw last year the chemistry that they had and whatever. Like, you're going to add Jimmy Butler to this team. You don't really need to. The Raptors are good, man. And now they can set themselves up for a guy at the trade deadline. Man, look at Bradley Beal. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you get rid of OG.
Even though they re-signed him, you'd still go back to him?
You get rid of OG, maybe Norm, whatever, because Norm
He's off and on, that guy.
But Norm, he doesn't have a starting role, and his minutes aren't.
I wouldn't mind trading him. I like him, but if it's going to get an upgrade in that,
I would
something
trade
like
a
Beal.
first OG and Norm or something like that. Get Bradley Beal. Like, again, that's a guy that, like, Fred VanVleet's 3 of 15 and Ibaka's 2 of 10 and Bradley Beal goes off for 50 and wins the game.
Bradley Beal, every time he plays the Raptors, has a hell of a night.
Every night you look at Bradley Beal, he's getting 35. It's like, could use that.
Would they be willing to sell is the question as well we got to ask. Okay, now it's time to get a little upset. I'm sorry I got to bring this up, but I saw this morning and literally had a laugh. So the Toronto Blue Jays have been, and I'm going to look into the camera with my air quotations, interested in some of these bigger names in the MLB free agency.
You want to know how it goes? Hey, Mr. Cole, we're looking to sign you. Okay. Then he gives the Blue Jays an offer. The Jays go, oh, you actually want to get paid to play baseball? The guy is like, yeah.
I was going to pay you with peanuts.
And then they're like, oh, all right, see you then.
I guess that's interest, right?
Well, I guess that's how they negotiate.
Hey,
we'll give you an invite to spring training and a condo in Dunedin.
I guess I'm interested in becoming an astronaut, but so I guess that means if I'm interested, that means that it means I'm interested, right?
We said no, not the player. We said no, we're interested, but we didn't like him because he wanted to actually get paid.
So for the people that don't realize, the Jays were interested.
His tape was fucked up, by the way.
It was Zach Wheeler, correct? Yes, Zach
Wheeler's brother.
Yeah, Blake Wheeler's brother.
Played on the Mets last year.
And he's been a pretty consistent pitcher for the last, how many would you, 2, 3, 4 years, would you say?
He's
He's a number 2 on a good team.
I think he had Tommy John. That guy throws gas. There was like 98.
Okay, but he's a legitimate, and so ended up making 5 years at 118. Nothing crazy. That wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe he got that.
That's about what, 23
Yeah, $23 million a year. So here's my question for you.
something like that.
And we keep hearing these names. They're interested in this guy. They're interested in that guy. But how many years are we going to go by with the Toronto Blue Jays? What do you want, Dan? Go ahead.
Stop hitting the table.
How would you come here and hold my hand?
Sit on your hands. You got to sit
Exactly.
on your hands. Man, they looked at it. Since the Rogers bought the Jays in 2000,
Okay.
you want to name me the top free agents they've signed?
Ryan?
Yep.
Diaz?
Your buddy AJ Burnett.
Oh, Burnett, yeah. AJ Burnett.
And there's one more.
Diaz?
No. Top tier free agent.
Green?
No. Anyways, the point is, Rogers in 19 years has signed 3 top free agents.
Okay, this is not. But hold on, this is
And
not.
I know Zach Wheeler's not even a top guy. It's like you got to get these guys here. They pay peanuts.
But why are we treated like we're some sideshow team? Like why are we? Like why are we? No, sorry, I was looking at the least almost got scored on. That's why I was looking over there. But what I was trying to say is, why are they treated like a sideshow team, like the Tampa Bay Devil Rays? Like, why? Like, this is Toronto. This is the third biggest city in the United States and Canada. This is a team that set, I think it was 2 years in a row, set the AL record for most amount of the attendance.
They're cheap.
It's incredible how this, and people are like, oh, well, it's okay that we only spend 14th on payroll and 15th on payroll. Right now, as of right this moment, them and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays are the two lowest payrolls.
Not the Devil Rays anymore.
Okay, the Rays. Respect the Devil Ray, okay? Even though they're no longer going to be called the Devil Rays in, 2-3 years anyways, they're going to be Expos.
Nah, I doubt it.
Well, they're playing half their games in Montreal.
No, they're not.
It's not happening.
They said the report came out that they're not going to do that this next year. So
next year.
We'll see. Maybe later on, who knows? But man, it's like, for example, Cole Hamel signs with the Braves today for 1 year, $18 million. Why not as the Jays go, here's 1 year, $30 million, completely overpay, and go, listen, Cole, I know you want to win a World Series. So if we're good and we're in it, we're in a playoff spot at the trade deadline. We'll
If not, and we trade you.
That's what Oakland does. Oakland is fucking Moneyball. They're cheap.
Yeah,
but
they're spending more money than the Blue Jays right now.
But they go and sign these guys that you go, why are they signing them? Because then at the deadline, they trade them for top prospects. And then they can turn those top prospects into everyday players for them if they tend to be good. Or then they can trade those top prospects for another guy's really good player.
And this is the worst part, is that guys like Scott Mitchell who report this stuff is defending Rogers, being like, "Oh well, this is I understand the reason why they're willing to only spend this amount of money." It's like, what are you talking about? Why don't you start calling some of these people out? Rogers is the richest owner in the MLB. This is not some rinky-dink team. This is one team that has 36 million fans. Okay, maybe not all of those are people
put your
fans.
hands under the table.
Yeah, sorry, I got to tie them behind my back. This is like
put them here.
This is
Why
like
can't you
bondage.
put them down here?
No, it's like bondage. I'm gonna tie them behind my back.
Why can't you just put them down here?
No, I'm gonna do it like this.
Joe likes that stuff, eh?
Yeah, I do, especially with Dan.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't
No,
like
but yeah,
me.
it's like just fucking go get a guy, man. Like at the end of the day, man, Bo Bichette, Vladdy. At the end of the day, these guys are gonna start costing money soon, and I don't know when you plan on fucking winning because they didn't do any in Cleveland. So I don't know why we're all gonna be like, oh, they're gonna do it now.
But this is the thing. This kind of makes me sick that they're never really in on any big need. Like Cole, they're not even in
Kendrys
it.
Morales, okay?
Oh, yeah, Kendrys
3 years,
Morales.
$33 million. Don't forget about
The best
Kendrys.
is he was saying, Scott Mitchell's like, oh, when they feel like the time is right, they'll make an investment like Russell Martin.
Oh, that's the other one. That's the other top free agent in 19 years that they've signed. A.J. Burnett, Russell Martin.
But Russell Martin wasn't really a top.
Yeah, he
top.
was. He was still
one of the better catchers in baseball, but he wasn't like a top
as a free
end guy.
agent though. He was one of the
Okay.
top echelon free agents. But yeah, they're not going to do shit. Fuck this organization.
It's ridiculous. It's
By the way, if
ridiculous.
you want to give me a job, I'm open to it.
Yeah, there you go.
But fuck you in the
Well,
meantime.
didn't you say $100,000 and you start making decisions for people and they're going to start winning championships, right?
Hockey though.
Guarantee, just like Dan's guarantee about making the intros.
And just like the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. What?
Yeah, exactly. We're about to get to that, the NFL. But before we get to the NFL, for the people that don't know and the people that are watching right now, with moving to the basement, we get more opportunities.
Hands under the table, Joseph.
Dan, I'm not hitting the table though. I'm not hitting the table.
Well, Dan's going to yell at you.
Okay, well, let Dan not yell at me. But like I said, moving into the basement, we get more opportunities. And with those opportunities, means one thing that we can do is we can now have special guests. Now, we have all these special guests lined up.
Slumber parties?
Yeah, some pillow fights, of course.
It's in the basement.
Exactly. Dan, you don't know Dan is undefeated at pillow fights?
Yep.
11-0.
Dan's pitching the tent right now. He's fucking all
Well,
excited.
It's better than my fantasy 1-7.
He has somebody on the phone that would have gave him that tent. So for the first time ever, we're going to have a live caller on the show. Do you know who it is by any chance?
I think I have an inkling.
Okay. So we do have legitimate guests. This guy's a clown, but we're bringing him on for the first time because, this show's a clown show. So we brought on a clown. But for the first time ever, live caller, live from his own basement, is Angry Will. Angry Will, are you there?
Will?
Yeah, Angry Will here. First time listener, long time caller.
Those are always the best.
Oh, Angry Will, what a pleasure to have you on the show. Finally talking man to man, not like a coward and sending in messages. How does it feel to talk to Haz?
I think he finally got over his Vikings loss on Monday.
Oof, have you gotten over it?
Hazi's House League picks, everybody.
Yeah, but
So, Angry,
hold on. This is Will's fault from last year, too. For sure the Vikings are going to win this game.
Wait, did Angry Will tell
When
you?
they lose that year? 9-6 or something stupid?
No, they got blown out.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. Remember they drove down and the guy missed a field goal or whatever?
Angry Will would know. Angry Will, did they lose? Did they get killed by the Patriots last year?
No, Vikings Seahawks.
Vikings Seahawks last year, too?
They played again.
Yeah, it was a Vikings Seahawks game where I guaranteed a Vikings victory and believed me, but I was on full tilt because we were in full collapse mode last season. I think it was a close enough game. It was just sort of classic Vikings where they somehow kept it close, but they never had a shot.
Now, Will, it's 8:47. This is Nonnas Basement Sports Podcast. Joseph Monticchio, the host. Liaz Berjomu, here's the co-host. Every Tuesday. Dan, the producer. No one cares. Wilbert, 8:47. Like I said, it's bedtime in 13 minutes.
No,
What made you change your bedtime to go to sleep an hour later?
Incorrect. It's an hour and 13 minutes from now. So.
Whoa!
I have plenty of time to talk about your Buffalo Bills and their remaining
All
schedule.
right, so this leads me perfectly into my first question because Hazi.
I don't think everyone, but we have a $100 bet from the beginning of the year.
Okay,
we have a better record, and
so
it's like the Bills do, Wilbert.
Okay, so for the people that don't know, let me just explain this to everybody, and everyone can have their opinion. First, I'll ask this question to you first, Haz, and then Angry Will, you can tell your little piece. So what happened was Angry Will and whatever the hell your name is, Elias Hazi Bedromu. No, not okay. What's his nickname? Hazi the Ham. That's it. Hazi the Ham. Yeah, okay. Hazi the Ham.
Even Will knows.
Speak when spoken to, Will.
Okay. Hazi the Ham decided to make a bet with Angry Will about who would have the better record, the Minnesota Vikings or the Buffalo Bills. Both of them are diehard fans. You thinking that the Buffalo Bills are going all the way to the Super Bowl. Angry Will thinks the Minnesota Vikings were going to win the NFC North. You're both absolutely ridiculous with your claims, but one of you was going to win this bet.
Well, to be fair, at least Wilbert was willing to make two bets, but someone else was a coward.
We'll follow up on that. Huh?
Okay, all right. So, anyways, right now, currently, the Buffalo Bills are record.
My birth year, baby, 9-3.
All right, and Angry Will, what are the Minnesota Vikings right now?
They're 8-4, Joe.
8-4. So he's currently winning the bet. Now, for the people that didn't watch the football game on Monday night, the Buffalo Bills. Sorry, not Monday night, Sunday.
Thursday.
Thursday night.
Oh my God, how sleep.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at my paper. I was looking at how ugly you were.
Because you can't read.
Yeah, that's right. So people were taking this different ways. And I'm going to ask you this because they beat the Dallas Cowboys, one of basically their first big win of the season.
They beat the Bengals.
Was it a statement win for the Bills, or was it more so, I'm going to ask this first to you, there Has, or was it more Dallas playing like ass?
Bills are good, man.
So it was a statement win for the Bills.
Yeah, you know Josh Allen has the most rushing touchdowns of any quarterback this year. Did you know that?
No, I did
More
not.
than
Now I
Lamar
know.
Jackson.
Yeah. So what are you trying to say? Are you saying the Bills are for real?
Bills offensively are a good team. Ever since Brian Daboll went up in the press box, and I feel like he has a better understanding, he can see the field better as an offensive coordinator, and he has Josh Allen going up to the line because the headset's cut off at, I think, around, I want to say 14, 15 seconds. The headset shuts off between the OC and the quarterback. So I think he gets Allen to the line quickly. He's able to talk to him, tells him what he sees from up in the press box, and then, because that's what McVay did last year with Goff, the OC up there. Not McVay's head coach, but they'd have guys up top and talking to him and whatever, and Goff had a really good year, not so much this
But doesn't
year.
it worry you just a bit that the team that they beat are literally 500 right now?
Joe, no one predicted the Bills to win that game. Everyone was like, oh, Dallas can win.
Actually, they were pretty popular. People were taking the spread on that one. A lot of people thought the game was going to be
They said
close.
they were going to win.
Okay. Hey, Angry Will, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I was going to say, let me hop in. Am I on the phone for a reason? Or
Well, you're here to listen to me.
Exactly.
No, I think I'm going to give Hazi a little something here. I think it was a statement win because, everyone said Dallas was going to win, including myself. I mean, Thanksgiving game in Dallas, I think it's a pressure-packed situation. But my concern with the Bills still is that their quarterback, a.k.a. running back leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns, quarterback, Josh Allen, when they play teams like a KC, if they were to match up with them in the playoffs, or Baltimore this week, if their defense lets up a few early touchdowns, which can happen, it can happen to the best defenses in the NFL.
Yep.
I'm not sure Josh Allen can throw their way out of that hole. That's my biggest concern with the Buffalo Bills. Their defense, good. I think Devin Singletary has made a huge step. I think that's been important because Frank Gore, he's unbelievable, but he can only bring a team so far on his 50-year-old back. So yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what the Buffalo Bills do in these last four games because they They have 2 opportunities to make a statement in Foxborough and at home against Lamar Jackson-led Ravens this week. So we'll see what they're made of.
If the Bills win this week and the Chiefs beat the Patriots, the Bills control their own destiny for the first seed.
Well,
in the
they
AFC.
control their own destiny regard, or do they not? Even if they beat the Patriots, the Patriots still have the tiebreaker. So they need some help. And the Patriots
not a lot of help. They got to win out.
Don't the Patriots actually have to play some good teams now? Don't they have
play
to play
the Chiefs, and then they play the Dolphins and the Bengals. I mean, no. But then the Bills, but they got to lose to the Chiefs.
All right. Anyways,
I got Chiefs money line this week, by the way.
Oh, Wilbert with his 50-cent bets.
Oh my goodness! Hey, by the way, we only have time for one terrible pick, okay, a week, and we use the Hazzies. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Now, this was asked to me on Twitter, and I thought that was a pretty interesting question. And we'll start with Angry Will because I asked him this earlier, and I think he's got an answer. Said he right away. I know what my answer would be, so I'm actually curious to what it is. So, these are but right now these are the bottom 5 teams in the NFL. It is the Cincinnati Bengals, the New York Giants, the Miami Dolphins, the Washington Redskins, and the Atlanta Falcons.
Wait, you missed the Minnesota Vikings.
No, they're not dead last. They're not in the bottom 5. Wow, okay. Anyways, if you were the GM and you could pick any one of these teams, taking their cap situation into consideration, taking their talent into consideration, the head coach into consideration, all that stuff, which one of these 5 teams would you want to be going into next year?
I already know who Will's answer is going to be.
Well, let's just throw out the 3 obvious teams right now, which are the Redskins, the Dolphins, and the Bengals. I mean, no one wants to be the head of that helm. I mean,
but Dolphins got a lot of picks, Will.
I know they do. But man, like, you can't hit on every pick.
No, I know, but when you got 15 of them.
And how about Washington? They actually have a defense.
You don't have a quarterback. You don't have a running back. Like, you really don't have anything if you're the Dolphins right now. So, I mean, draft picks can only bring you so far. The Bengals, I mean, I don't know what to think. They're a disaster. They don't have a quarterback either.
Well, they're going to get one. They're going to get one. They're going to get one in this draft.
Yeah, but no, for me, it's the Giants. I think Daniel Jones has looked good this year. You have, Saquon Barkley hasn't actually, but I'm not concerned about him. I think you have 2 core pieces there on offense that you can build around. And the Falcons, I mean, they got a lot of talent on offense and defense, but you just wonder about that offensive line and like how much longer can Matt Ryan stand back there with a mediocre offensive line before he gets too old to play the position anymore. So,
I think he already is too old.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He's getting there. So
okay, so you would take the New York Giants. Okay, I'm actually shocked. I thought you were going to take another team. Who would you choose of those 5 teams?
I would say the Miami Dolphins, man. You look at Tom Brady, father time, like I've said a million times, undefeated. The Bills look like they're going to be really good for the future. They got, McDermott and Bean are like really drafting and developing their players from within.
Quickly, would they go after a guy like Don Rivera? Now he's Ron Rivera. Sorry, there's a Don Rivera.
No, I wouldn't go get Ron Rivera. If I'm who, the Dolphins?
No, I'm the Bills because they have that.
Maybe to be like an assistant, I don't know, something. But I mean, what position would you give him?
I'm just asking, would he bring him into because he's got all those connections with the Bills?
To be what?
Anything, a coordinator, something.
Okay, maybe an assistant. I don't know, maybe. But like Dolphins got a lot of picks. They got Devontae Parker, really good wide receiver. Gesicki, really good tight end. Get a quarterback. Their defense isn't brutal. They got a lot of picks. In a few years, they could be good. And by that time, Brady's for sure going to be done.
And the salary cap is wide open. Whereas a team like the Falcons they're basically up against the cap. Whatever they have now is what they have. And the only thing you can change is a coach. They're going to fire Quinn.
And you look at the NFC East, you're going to have 4 teams with good quarterbacks. All of them are going to have good quarterbacks. The AFC, you literally have Josh Allen, and that's it by the time Brady's done.
For me, I'm actually going off, from either you guys, I'm going with the Redskins. Like, this is the only team that actually has one side of the ball that's actually good. They actually have a very good defense. They just got to build that offense up. They've won 2 games now in a row. They're not like completely ass like some of these teams. And the Falcons, I understand, are a little bit, nobody really thought the Falcons were going to be this bad. But like, I'm sorry, the Dolphins are still, regardless of how many times have we seen teams have 1 million draft picks and then they blow, like Will said, you blow half of those and you're still bad. So it takes more than 1 year. Whereas I think the Redskins, if they get some good offensive pieces and their tackle actually plays next year, they actually might be able to win maybe 7, 8, 9 games next year in a division.
Yeah, not with Dwayne Haskins. They won't. I mean,
brutal.
Well, you look at
how about Smith?
You look at Blake Bortles and Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville was able to get to the playoffs with Blake Bortles. You look at Rex Grossman, my favorite one to bring up when he was the quarterback of the Bears getting to the Super Bowl. I mean, I guess they could get in. but you need an unbelievable defense to do that. And I've seen nothing to show that this guy is ready to make that step yet.
How about
and they don't
Alex
have any
Smith?
receivers.
How about Alex Smith? Potentially coming back next year.
It's not going to take Dwayne Haskins' job.
Well, he
Yeah.
was pretty good. Like before he died, like he was pretty good. You know,
Yeah, but I mean, coming with an injury like that, I mean, the guy's not going to step in. The Redskins would have to be ready to win a Super Bowl, and all they'd be missing is a quarterback. I mean, they're not ready to do that. So,
And you never think,
and that division's also wide open too. As we keep seeing, this Dallas team is, well, we don't know if it's the coach that's screwing this team over because they got so much talent, but they're at 500. The Eagles are 500. The Giants stink. Like, if they put something together next year, there's a chance they actually could be competitive for the division. That's why I'd take them.
yeah, I'm still a believer in the Cowboys. I like them, and if not this year, then next year. I think their core. I know Haz doesn't like how much money they've invested in running backs and certain players, but
Stupid.
I'm a believer in the Cowboys, and I still think maybe not this year. Maybe I'm pushing it, but I just have this feeling that if they can get it together down the stretch somewhat here, that they'd be a team I wouldn't necessarily want to play in the playoffs.
All right, well. There's Angry Will. And Dan,
Hold on.
wait.
Will, you know what's a good bet, Will? Rams, 175-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're not.
What?
Rams, 7-5.
175?
Yeah. You're telling me in 175 times they don't win the Super Bowl once?
I don't think they are, but that's a crazy odd.
Why can't they get in?
No, I didn't say they can't. They got to play San Francisco and the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, Seattle at home, San Fran. They also play the Cowboys and the Cardinals. You could win those two games.
I'm not saying they can't
And
get
you can't
in. They need Minnesota to shit themselves. That's what they would need.
Minnesota plays Green Bay and Chicago.
Yeah, but Chicago at home though, and they
So?
they should win that game. But I mean, I know it's true.
175-1. That's good
The
value.
odds are crazy. Like, I would maybe take that. That's wow. That's
There's
ridiculous.
$1 on that, Will.
What are the Bears? If you know offhand.
100, I think 100 and.
Well, what record
25?
are they? They have to win out, don't they?
Who?
The Bears.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
they-
The Bears are one game worse than the Rams, but have a better chance. Out of here.
Yeah, but I looked at their schedule. It's too tough. They play the Packers, the Vikings, the Cowboys, and the Chiefs.
Okay,
But,
so
I
the
mean-
Rams,
Yeah, they're out.
the Rams could theoretically win 3 games, and you never know against San Fran.
Well, we'll find out. Anyways, Dan, we're gonna get a nice little Angry Wills on the phone, like one of those like graphics. We're gonna put one up, right?
Angry Will, sure.
All right, Angry Will. So you get your own graphic. How
We'll,
about that?
we'll have a picture of Will's face.
All right, Angry Will. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for calling.
And
Don't
not
be a stranger.
insulting us. You want to insult us on the way out? Go ahead. It just feels not normal that you haven't insulted us yet.
You know what? You caught me off guard here. I'm not really.
All right, thanks, Will. Yeah, see you later. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
sweet
Yeah.
dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite there, Wilbert.
All right, Angry Will. Thanks very much. We'll see you next week.
He's gone.
All right, there you go.
hangs
What
up.
an exit. Yeah, I didn't even say. Yeah, I was waiting for a fuck
Are
you
you
or
okay
something.
over there, Dan?
I'm okay. You guys okay?
What, you don't know how to hold a pen?
You
guys
he was
keep-
literally staring at us with his pen, and he just dropped it. It was like, oh.
You guys keep hitting the table.
Well, mate, listen.
Hey, is that the fucking board? Is that the fucking board you take to Goulding Park? You draw your drills on that thing?
Fucking right.
Huh? You draw your pinge on that thing? Fucking takes up
okay.
a corner of the board there?
He's just angry because he's a ref. That's why you're
Yeah,
angry,
well, he
buddy.
was yelling at some refs on Monday. We'll talk about that next week. We got a segment for Haz.
Fuck, it's just so brutal.
All right, anyway.
They're so bad.
All right. So for the people that don't know, on this past weekend,
Hold on, how bad are the refs at Canlan, Dan?
Canlan? Horrible. Every ref's horrible.
Yeah, there you go. Dan is
No, but how bad is the ref?
Who's the ref at Canlan?
Fuck, okay, whatever, Dan.
There's only one good ref in
How
in-
bad's the ref, Dan?
This guy
There you go.
Is that what you wanted, Haz?
You were literally like pointing and
You know what? I thought he was trying to ask me a question, but he just wants to play fucking
Yeah,
audio.
well,
for
that's all you're good for, anyways.
Stop banging the table.
Okay, all right. I'm very passionate. I'm very happy that we were down in his basement. This is what I do when I'm in the basement. I bang the table.
Yeah?
What are you, going to orangutan?
Yeah, you're an orangutan too.
This guy sucks.
All right. Anyways, so this past weekend, for the people that don't know, the Euro 2020 draw was announced, and yeah, exactly. That's what you're hearing right now is Greece during the Euro qualifying. That's the sound that we just heard right there. Actually, you know what I played then? That was kind of like a joke. So play like the that too. There's Greece right there.
That's Greece's future.
That was Greece losing 3-0 in Greece to Italy. There
I know.
you go.
Sorry, I don't get phone calls from my family members asking me if I'm going to the Lazio fan club to watch some regular season game in the middle of December.
There's the studio audience that we have in
Yeah,
here.
the fucking Nonna upstairs. Haha, Lazio.
Yeah, okay. She actually gets fired up when Lazio's on TV. Lazio plays Juve this weekend, anyways. Just for the people that don't know.
Who do they play? Roma.
I said Juve this weekend.
So that's a loss.
Maybe, probably, more than likely. And if it's the tie, then the referees will make sure it's a loss. But like I said before, the Euro draw came out, and the group, probably the biggest group of death in the history of time, came out. So for the people that don't know, Germany, France, your microphone is on right now, Dan. You might want to turn that off. There you go. Taking phone calls in the middle of the show. This guy sucks.
This guy sucks.
And he's yapping me. He said, and before the show,
Professionalism.
I'm going to control the mic so I know what's going on.
Professionalism, Dan.
Wait, is your pizza
Who was
here?
that?
Hey,
Who
hold
was
on,
that?
no, is your
Have you guys screwed up?
Is your pizza here?
Dan, I want to know who that was.
It's your pizza guy, huh?
I cannot say.
Because I know exactly who it was.
Who is
pizza.
It was the wifey checking up on you, making sure you're not in the club.
It was
Actually,
pizza.
it wasn't.
It was pizza and strish fucking coming in, huh?
I wish it was pizza and street.
What a combo. Pizza and street.
Fucking right.
Pizza and wings and pizza and strish.
Fuck pizza and wings, pizza and street. That's how you gotta do it.
Holy fuck,
Imagine just, this pepperoni tastes good.
You get fucking ripped up for fucking pizza.
What the fuck? This put sugar on this pizza?
This guy sucks.
No, this guy blows.
Blows.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe made a joke. Wake up!
All right.
Push the button.
I gotta change channels to push buttons
Okay,
here.
well,
What
you
do
have to
you
be
say
quicker,
the
Dan.
joke again.
what do you think? It's easy?
This guy blows. There you
There
go.
you go, guys.
That's it. All right. Actually, and Greece in the Euro Cup. Imagine that. Yeah.
When's the last time you won the Euro?
We've won a Euro.
No, when's the last time you won the Euro?
I think it was 78 or 68. 68.
Oh, fuck.
68.
And he's
That's far.
chirping me.
And when was the last time you won a World Cup?
You coward.
When was the last time you won a World Cup?
Don't need to win a World Cup.
exactly. Oh,
Zero.
No, stop. This is actually the truth. You know the Euro Cup's harder to win than the World Cup.
Potentially.
No, it is.
potentially.
You play freaking Nigeria and freaking Zimbabwe in the World Cup. Real hard to come out of that
Well,
group.
Nigeria's not that bad. Nigeria's okay.
You know the Euro Cup's harder to win.
It might be. There's an argument to be made. Okay, obviously you don't have Brazil and Argentina there, and there's usually one or two.
Because
South American-
Argentina's a real powerhouse internationally.
Well, they made the final in 2014.
And then what happened?
They lost in extra time.
German.
Didn't?
Or to Germany. What are you talking about?
They
Germany.
didn't lose in extra time.
No.
Dan, search it up. What's our bet? What's their bet on this? Pizza next time?
Sure.
Extra time, the game went to extra time? I'm saying it did. Are you saying it didn't?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up too just because I don't trust Dan.
I'm ready. I just made it. I just literally just got a free pizza. It was extra time. And you know who scored the goal? Dan, who scored the goal?
Wasn't it Gotze
Yeah,
or whatever?
it was Guts. Who scored? And what was it? Was it a normal time or extra time? And people that forget that game in 2014, that was,
It was
the
in
one-
extra time.
In extra time. So you owe me a pizza next time. And if people forget, Higuaín in that game had a sitter in regulation time and missed it. Argentina would have won that game in regulation.
And that was when they weren't playing Tevez because they didn't like him.
Yes. Well, Tevez, 2014 was like...
Tevez. Remember Carlos
Yeah,
Tevez?
he was good. He's just a head case.
He was probably still one of the best strikers there, though.
Well, he was
Talk about Strish.
Oh, well, he went down to Argentina to do some strish. That wasn't a joke. That was the serious. Anyways, like I was trying to say, the Euro 2020 draw came out, which actually reminds me, I got to make a place in order to see if I can get tickets from the fan draw.
We better win big at the Bellagio.
Yeah, if you bet, yeah.
Hey, Bellagio, giving you free shout-outs, eh? Saw some rooms over.
Yeah, listen, I'm buying a room here at the Bellagio. Give me some free tickets to the Euro next year and a flight. Come on, I think I deserve it. So, Group F is probably the biggest group of death I've ever seen in my life. This group includes Germany, France, and Portugal, which also could potentially contain Iceland as well. One team that made the semifinals in the last Euro, the one who won the last Euro, the team that won the last World Cup, and Portugal who won the
Euro.
France who won the last World Euro. Sorry,
Euro.
no, France won the World
France won
Cup,
the Euro.
and the two Euro winners.
Right.
No, sorry, two World Cup winners in the last
Fuck,
Euro. There we
figure
go.
it out.
2014 Germany, 2016
My
Portugal,
tummy still hurts,
2018
bud.
France. So shit yourself. Go ahead.
Is that a group of death?
Yeah, have you heard of a worse group of death in your life?
Wasn't this guy, weren't you here 3 minutes ago when Joe said, is this the group of death?
I was actually next to the cameras, Drew.
Okay, well, he wasn't listening.
There's a,
So
reason
Dan,
why, there's a reason why you're not on him, Dan.
so Dan, I'll ask this, Dan, because Dan, this is your expertise here, soccer here. Is it fair that these groups are even made, are allowed to be made, where teams like these are allowed to play each other in the... Do you like it, or do you think it's stupid that these teams are put in the same group together?
Yeah, I like it.
You like seeing these teams play in a group? So if Italy had been put in this group, you'd be okay with it?
It has to be done because you need to give the smaller teams a chance.
Fabio Contrao.
And so, and then some of the teams were like, well, Germany, for example, were like...
Danny like that?
Germany was upset because they were the first place team, and they're like, well, what reward did we get? We got another first place team and the best second place team.
You know who's going to be the best player in that group? Fabio Contrao.
Fabio Guinrao is. I don't think he's retired.
Fabio Contrao.
Is he retired?
I think so.
No, I think he's still playing.
That's
He's playing,
one of
but
our
he's not.
buddies.
No, it's not Fabio Coentrao. It's Fabio Guinrao. Okay? Get it right.
It's an inside joke there.
Yes.
Fabio Contrao.
So do you find it fair that these teams are put in the same group, or do you think that
It's
there's a
not
better
fair
way?
that in life that I'm fucking a 10 out of 10 and you're about a 6. I mean, that's the cards you get dealt in life sometimes. You
At
just
least I
gotta,
gave you 69. You didn't even give me.
you just got to push through it. You know, life's not fair sometimes. You know, not everyone can have the stunning good looks like me and Dan over there.
That's it.
So you know, you're the Group A winner, whatever the guy that's gonna come in fourth and come in the group last and finish last. And me and Dan are France and Germany.
Yeah,
So I was just basically insulted for 30 seconds.
that's it.
Okay. Asking us a question about sports and then just being chirped about my looks and basically say I'm going to finish dead last in life. Congratulations.
I didn't say in life. I said in the group.
There goes the fans, Joe.
The group is an analogy for life.
Really?
Yeah.
The group's gonna go on for 60 years.
Yes.
All right. Well,
All right. Anyways,
what are you doing? Trying to fucking?
yeah, he's trying to sort of wave.
Hey, fucking
Yeah.
bump it up.
Bump it up.
Bump the street.
So this is Nonnas basement. So there's got to be an Italian angle to this.
Fuck.
Your team, La Italia, is in Group A, opening the tournament, the Euro tournament, first game June 12th against Turkey. They're in a group with Turkey, Wales, and Switzerland. What are the odds? Okay, well, I think we all agree that they should get through that group. What are the odds? And do you like the chances of Italy actually making the final and potentially winning this tournament with the team that they have?
I don't think they'll win this tournament, but I think Italy's still my dark horse team here.
They're a dark horse team. Really? You consider them a dark horse team?
Yeah,
really?
I do.
They went 10-0 in qualifying. They're dark horse?
Well, apparently to Dan.
Easy teams.
So you do not think Italy can win this tournament?
No,
Has?
Watch out for Kosovo, bud.
Kosovo actually did pretty well in qualifying.
Sure.
Why did you stop?
It's fucking Dan's gonna bring the curtain down back there, like the Wizard of Oz.
Okay, go ahead.
Fucking guy.
All right, that's
Don't
actually a
look
good
behind the
analogy. That was a good analogy. But anyways,
In the green too and everything. Italy, I'm sure Italy can win. Why not? But they're not going to because Italy chokes. They're gonna fucking be eating pasta and fucking pizza before the game and
chokes.
Fucking.
When was the last time they choked?
Okay, but you had to insult the guy's mother and sister to fucking win the 06.
and you know what?
Oh, hey, listen, you want to be a
Chirping is-
mental midget. And that would have been you, 100%. Somebody insulted your mother and sister, you would have done the same thing.
Chirping's in every sport, and if you can't handle it, then you're not an athlete.
So you do believe they have a chance. By the way, Italy.
Why not? Italy's still good.
I don't believe
I think that they can go deep in this tournament.
They're gonna go deep, but they're a tough.
Gianluigi Buffon
The
isn't
thing
there anymore.
The thing is, the winners of the Euros, the winners, and you could maybe attest to this in 04 with Greece. You need two things when you win a Euro World Cup. You need
Defense?
to have a defense. If you don't have a defense, it doesn't matter how good you are offensively, you're not winning a tournament.
Not bang tables is number 2, right, Dan?
Yes.
Not banging tables.
Because in a league setting, you need to score goals. Whereas in tournaments, you just need to make sure you don't concede. Whereas that, as we saw, as we're never going to see again, the 04 Greece team could defend. The other second thing is you need world-class players to break open games or to make world-class plays. And what are you guys laughing about?
I just laughed at your chirp that you gave to Hazi there about Greece.
Yeah, what, that they're a joke?
What's this guy here, Dan?
This guy sucks.
No, you should have said it to him. Now you're chirping me before making fun of him. You're an idiot. So anyways, the second thing is having a world-class player. Did Greece have a world-class player that tournament?
I think they did. Just no one
Samaras.
knew, but I wouldn't say like fucking
Samaras.
Ronaldo or Messi type of player.
Who was their best player in that tournament?
Garagunis was young. He was a really good midfielder. They had forwards, Akaristeas, that were good, that played it for Ajax, that were still young at the time. Nick Polidis, a goalie, had a really good thing. Their D were good.
And if you remember, Dan, the 06 World Cup team that Italy won, they were loaded with world-class players. They're three center backs, Maldini, Nesta, and Cannavaro.
They're on their bench. They had Del Piero.
Yeah. Scored that
Coming
huge goal against Germany in the semifinals.
He doesn't score against
So,
Greece.
if you without looking at the paper, do you know what Italy's odds are to win this? By the way, Carl just scored in the third, shorthanded to make it 2-1.
I did look at the paper already, so you can't guess.
Okay, yeah, I'm assuming you saw it too. Italy's odds, yes.
90-1, yep.
No, 9-1, which is actually interesting. Maybe sprinkle some money down. So quickly, guys, Dan, we're going to start with you. Who would be your dark horse in this tournament? I know you said Italy. At least not a dark horse team. Who would be your dark horse team?
You don't think Italy's a dark horse?
No, they're not. For me, they went 10-0 in qualifying. You go 10-0 in qualifying, you're no dark horse.
What did Germany and France do? Did they go 10-0 in qualifying?
Germany went no, and France
Okay,
no.
you guys are taking too long. Croatia.
I was
Really?
I was going to say
26
Croatia.
to
26
1.
26 to
good,
1,
man.
yeah. Well, they just came off the final, but a lot of their guys were tired and they look kind of old and qualifying. They look kind of.
I like Belgium.
Twice. That's not a dark horse.
That's not a dark horse. Actually, if anything,
fucking 6-1. You
Why?
coward.
They have 5 players, and you think they're a fucking great team?
Hey Dan.
A good team is a team that's all around. Every position is filled with.
That's not a dark horse,
with a star.
No, Dan.
That's what I'm saying. Belgium's not a.
Portugal at 17-1.
That's what I was about to say. Portugal was 16-17-1. Like that, they just won the Euro, the last Euro, and they went quarterfinals of the last World Cup.
Yeah.
This team's still good.
Because then you consider Croatia not a dark horse either.
No. Portugal and Croatia would be dark horses because they're not like the top 5.
And they didn't finish first in qualifying in their groups.
Doesn't matter.
Hey, hold on, I'm
got
gonna
the
cut you
star
off.
on
Hey
the
Dan,
team.
you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's questions of the week.
No, hold on. I gotta pick mine. I didn't even pick mine.
You said Portugal.
You said Portugal.
No, I didn't. I said Croatia.
Then you said Portugal's not bad either, and I agreed with you. But I'm saying mine is Turkey, 100-1. This team in qualifying beat France and tied them at home.
Cares? They're not winning.
What? Why?
They're not. They're not good enough.
Well, I said dark horse, and you 100-1. If they can get to the quarters or semifinals, you whatever cash out, whatever you got
Is that
to do.
a dark?
you're a
But that's not a
fucking
dark
coward.
horse. Dark
All
horse.
right, we'll
is
see.
someone
This
who
team
wins.
can defend it. They remember this team before we go. Turkey 3 goals against throughout qualifying. Not one was from open play, and they had a group with France in it. Well, it wasn't a bad group either. And I know Hazi loves Turks. Go ahead, Dan. What time is it?
It's Hassi's. It's questions of the week. Actually,
You're right. Go ahead.
Last question.
Ask you a question. Who the hell are you?
Last question. I'll answer it, but you have to ask it.
Get away from me, you bum.
You have to ask it.
I got a question for you. Did you brush your teeth this morning?
Hey, it's my favorite time of the show. Question of the week.
you gonna talk?
You're throwing pens across the room like a 5-year-old.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's get the show on the road.
You just got, like, me and Haz were getting ready, getting excited. The Corey pump up music was going. Then you hit me with a pen, potentially injuring me.
How long are we going? How long are we right now?
We're at an hour already.
All right. Well, what time is it exactly?
It's
59:02.
9:02.
9:02.
9:13.
It's actually 9:13. Joe's got to go soon.
9:13.
Yeah, man.
Oh well, we got 5 minutes before I get fired. I gotta go rep. All right, sorry, Dan. How many questions we got?
3 questions.
All right, who's number
Full
1?
house. The first one is Giuseppe, and he's from Woodbridge.
All right, what's he got to say?
No, shocker.
Hey, this is Giuseppe from Woodbridge calling, Nonna's oven or Nonna's basement over here. Just wondering what you guys think about the situation with the back-to-backs going on with the Leafs. Why the fuck can't Freddie Anderson play in the back-to-backs? I just don't fucking, I don't get it. He makes millions of dollars. He's a pro athlete, plays a game for a living. All combinations paid. Like, what am I supposed to feel bad for the guy? Like, fuck. Why can't the fucking guy play? Tell the coach you want to play.
Well, he did play today.
Played tonight.
He played tonight. So, but I understand what he's trying to say is, even though he called us a Nonna's oven.
Nonna's oven. That's a restaurant.
Restaurant in Richmond Hill.
Yeah.
Man, look at Rask plays like 40 games, 41 games. He plays half the games. He comes play half time. He's fresh. But what the fuck are you doing over there?
Yeah, Dan, this isn't
a fucking casting couch.
Literally, I think he's about to set the couch up and stay there naked for you.
Yikes. That's a fucking sight for sore. Okay, Dan, don't even
Yeah, he was about to pull his pants down. Oh my God, we're about to have a laugh. Never mind. We're going to play the laughing
Holy
sound.
fuck, it got dark in here real quick, eh?
We're not saying on the front side.
Yeah.
See, this is why Hazi
Need a weed whacker.
Hazi can't sit in a spot where he's looking at me. Hazi can't sit in a spot where he's looking at me because he's getting way too distracted.
Yeah, well,
Careful before you fucking bring that thing down over there,
Am
bud.
I too hot for you?
Yeah, I'm about to turn the lights off and you'd start playing some sensual music for you.
Spin the bottle. No, man. They got house league. Fucking. What the fuck is wrong with their backup goalie? It's like they're cursed.
What do you mean talking about? They had McElady.
No, but after him. You know what?
Did I not sit on this show and say that?
Bring Cujo back.
Did I not come on this show and say they're stupid for getting rid of McElhaney, a proven commodity?
Yeah, but no one listens to you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem. But anyways, they ended up doing it, and I agree. Anderson's going to have to start playing back-to-backs now and whatever. If he's shit in the playoffs, he's shit in the playoffs because the Leafs are not going to win any games with Hutchinson and net. Who's up next?
This is Mauro. Everyone knows Mauro, Joe. You know Mauro. He's from Brebeuf.
Yeah. Oh, okay. My old high school.
There we go.
Hey, Joe. My name is Mauro Massaro, fellow Brebeuf alumni. I just wanted to ask you your thoughts about the Raptors this year. Do you think we have what it takes to make it to the finals against the Clippers?
I like how he said the Clippers.
That was his pick, was the
Definitely gonna be
Clippers.
The Lakers.
And I'm pretty sure it's alumni, not alumni.
I like alumni. I like that. Illuminati. I like that.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Oops, that was not a
chair
fart.
That was a chair fart.
This guy sucks.
No, blows, Dan. Yeah, can they? Yeah, I think they can. But
I think they're way better than. I think it's still gonna be Milwaukee, Toronto again.
I would not count out the Celtics. I like the Celtics a lot this year.
Next, you're a cow. You're a cow.
Well, yes.
I think they need to get a guy at the deadline, but I think they for sure have a chance.
I think they have a chance. If you put gun to my head, do I think they're going to get there this year? No, I don't think so.
He's got a gun to his head. What the fuck?
I know.
He ain't got some fucked up people.
Hey, we're in Nonna's basement. This is where the guns are hidden.
Is it?
Yep.
We got some stories.
If you don't ask the last question, there's going to be one pointed at somewhere, not the very black that we were just talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah? You ready for the next question, guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Spit it out, Junior.
This is Rick, and he's from North York.
Oh, here we go.
Hey guys, it's Rick from North York. I just wanted to make a clarification about last time I called in. I definitely was not jerking off. Hazi was right. My mom was upstairs sleeping, so I wanted to be quiet and not wake her. Anyways, the podcast has still been great with the producer Dan the Man. So here's my question for the week. Now that Morgan Riley has moved down to the second power play unit because Mitch Marner is going to come back on Wednesday, hopefully, do you guys think it is a good long-term plan? Or do you think this tarnishes the relationship with Riley and the Leafs now that Barry will be on that unit instead of Morgan Riley? Let me know what you guys think. Again, it is Rick from North York. Have a good one, guys.
So wait, Dan, who was that again?
It was Rick from North York.
No, but where was he from, though? I don't think he ever said.
It was from North York.
And wait, his name was Rich?
Richard
from North York.
Richard from North
Was it
York.
Richard? Or
Richard's his full name. Rick's his middle name.
Okay.
Rick. Can we call him by... Hold on, can we say his nickname, though? Or
Yeah, we'll call him Rick.
Okay.
And he's from North York.
Rick. Okay, Rick from North York.
Okay, so Rick from North York said...
Like a hard Rick.
Like a hard Rick.
Like not
hard R.
Not like a kind of Rick. He's a Rick.
That's it. He's a Rick from North York.
Yeah, roll your R's. Rick.
Rick.
Yeah. But he makes a good point. Do you think Riley's going to be pissed off because he's, was potentially maybe going to be the captain, was their best defenseman? This year he's having the worst year of his career. Does he get pissed off that Barry takes over that number one PP spot at the top?
He asked that question. He's the host. He's asking you. What's your thought?
I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you. And then I'm going to answer it, you idiot.
You're a fucking peasant.
This guy sucks.
Is this guy for real?
No, man.
guy sucks.
The power play stunk. Anything to switch it up and make it better. That guy's butt hurt fucking because he got put on the second
And he might be
unit.
on the power play next year anyways. If Barry doesn't get re-signed, he's back on that first power play.
He's
Who else
still on
is
the
gonna
power play. Fuck off, goof.
Yeah, Barry's got to be in the power play.
Other guys that sit on the bench and never see the power play, and this guy's complaining because he's on the second unit.
So you're saying Barry has to be on the first power
Yeah,
play?
absolutely. The power play was mediocre all season long. And then all of a sudden, Barry, who we brought him here to be a power play specialist, is sitting on the second power play for some reason.
Right.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
make
he's saying
sense.
Riley is on the second power play.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Barry though. Barry deserves to be in the first power play.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, that was who again? Richard?
Rick from North York.
Okay,
and by
Rick.
the way, before we go, Richard from North York. Rick from North York. Obviously, Dan, I just want to know, was it $5 or $10 you slipped him to say that last comment about you?
I don't slip him any money.
Okay, it was your cock.
He
Okay,
just knows
all right, thank you
He
very
doesn't
much.
have one.
What?
Doesn't have one.
Okay,
It's bigger than yours,
his
has
puss.
it?
Okay, whatever. Just flipped his clit. I don't know what you want me to tell you. All right, well, we still don't have an intro for this segment, but it's story time. Dan,
Better be quick. You're going to get fired.
yeah, I got to be out the door. Dan, do you have a story you want to tell quickly, or is it going to be me?
I think it's going to be you, Joe.
All right, well, then I know what story it's going to be. It's going to be my trip to, for the people that know, Golden Star.
This could be a 5-minute story.
Yeah, it's got to be a 5-minute story. Okay, 5-minute story.
It's got to be because Joe's got to go.
Are you able to say a 5-minute story?
Yeah, I'm able to do it. So, for the people that don't know,
Be out of here at 9:30.
Golden Star, for the people that do know, is in Thornhill. Went to my buddy's house, literally down the street from this place. And his father, he was driving his father's car at the time. We were young. I think we were like in high school. His father let him use his Infinity G65. I don't know how old we were. I can't remember. Yeah, maybe I was still in high school at 20. So, anyways, his father let us drive his G65, the big ass Infinity, that huge one that goes like, it was at 500 horsepower.
It's called a QX56.
Yeah, there you go. QX56.
This is the important part of the story. What car it was?
Yeah. Anyways, so the guy I was with decided, it was a lot of power, so he wanted to, show off to me and the other person that was in the car.
Wanted to boot it into it.
He booted it into it. And so he's driving down residential streets going at least 120 or 130. So he goes right through a stop sign.
Hold on. Have the statute of limitations fucking passed on this, or? Don't want him to get in trouble.
Well, I didn't say his name. You know who? Do you know who it is?
You told me the story.
Oh, okay, so I told you who it is. So
yesterday.
Okay, so this person goes right through a stop sign. Now there was a person about to walk across the street. Literally put one foot and then put it back, seeing how fast he was going. He went right through a stop sign. So we pull in, we go down, we pull into this Golden Star, and all of a sudden you see this Ford Fusion come flying over the curb.
Like a movie.
Yeah, like literally looked like if something from one of those movies where a car, like, it's like suspended in the air.
That thing went to the mechanic after.
Oh, 100%. Like, he went right over the curb to come get us.
Airbags off, you just fucking
yeah, exactly. I'm cold driving the car.
It would have been good if you did that.
So the guy, we're like, who's this? As we were just about to like open the doors, this guy is.
Now, mind you, you're going to Golden Star to eat.
Yeah, we're going to Golden Star to eat.
Okay.
So this guy comes out of this car. We're like, who the hell's this? It comes out. He's got Converse shoes on, shorts, and like a V-neck.
You reporting the weather?
I am. It's rainy. It's snowing. You like that?
Was it a rainy day?
No, it was not a rainy day that day. But it was about to. We thought it was about to rain something else in a second. So all of a sudden, this guy gets out of his car. So first thing I'm thinking of is, did we cut this guy off or something? Like, who is this guy? Pulls out a gun and just starts pointing at it. Now remember, we're sitting in our seats. The doors are like half open, and this guy starts screaming, "Get out of the car right now! Get out of the car!" I think I'm about to die. I don't know who this is. It's a random guy with Converse shoes on. I'm like, did we cut off some guy that was part of like some sort of gang? I didn't know.
Right.
So he starts getting closer. He goes, "Get out of the fucking car!" And he goes over to the driver's side where my buddy was driving, and as he gets closer, I see behind on his hip. So this person never stated he was a cop. He had a cop badge in the back. So I only saw it when he got close. So he pulled the driver out of the car and threw him against the brick wall. So as this is happening, a second car, I don't know what it was, comes flying over the curb too, okay? Doosh. Yeah, probably hit his buddy's car while he's coming in. So he comes out and goes, "Are you guys fucking crazy?" And as this happens, I turns over to look at my buddy, and he's getting his head slammed in against the brick wall. Smashed in against the brick wall. I go, "Oh my God, this is police brutality." I'm like, "What are you doing?" Right? And he's like, "Mind your own business." As this is happening, he does it again a second time, smashes his head into the wall. He said he was resisting arrest, which was ridiculous. So the second guy comes over and goes, "Where are the drugs?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Where are the motherfucking drugs?" I'm like, "Buddy, I don't know who you think I am, but I just come in here for a burger. I don't know what drugs thing." He goes, "Get out of the car, go sit on the curb right there." All right, go sit in the curb. All of a sudden, this guy comes out of Golden Star and goes, "Hey, I want your fucking badge number right now, right now." The guy's like, "Go back inside." He's like, No, I saw what you did to that guy. You slammed his hand against the wall 2 or 3 times. I want your badge number right now. I'm not leaving until I get it. He goes, "I'll give it to you after. Go stand right there." He goes, "I'm not moving. You're giving it to me right now." So he has to give him his badge number because the guy, thankfully, through the one window in the whole place, saw the whole thing happen. So he arrests the driver.
That guy's a good guy.
Yeah, he was. And thankfully, which we're going to tell in a second, saved the guy who was driving. So we get sit down. They search the whole car. They don't find any drugs. And they go, "Seriously, where are the drugs?" I go, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What is going on here?" He goes, "We were staking out this drug deal, big drug deal that was supposed to happen at the park near where you guys were. And we just saw you guys take off down the street. We thought you guys were the getaway car." We're like, "No, man, we were just going to get some burgers." And then like a light hit this cop's head, like, oh no, we're in trouble now. So one, there was a witness to see his head slammed against the brick wall. 2, they completely searched the car for drugs, blah, 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 this and that. 3, and that wasn't there. 3, the guy never said he was a cop and pointed a gun at civilians. So anyways, he gave the guy a stunting charge, which actually is you can go to jail for. And I think you would know this. You showed up after. Did they possess the car or no?
No.
They did not. But basically what happened was the driver of the car decided to say, "Listen, if you're going to keep these charges, I'm going to sue you for smashing my head against the thing." So they both agreed. They took the stunting charges off. I think they suspended his license for like 30 days and he got off. But man, listen, for everybody that says, "Oh yeah, I'd do this if somebody came into my school with a gun," or "I do this and that," let me tell you something. As soon as a gun's pointing your direction, you fucking freeze. I'll tell you that right away, because that was the first time and the only time that's ever happened to me. So, fucked up story.
It's like when a puck comes towards you.
Yeah, it's like a deer in headlights. You just freeze.
I said a puck.
Okay, but I'm just using another analogy. All right. That's my story time. And now it's time for Hazi's House League Picks.
Oh, hey! It's that time of the show, Hazi's House League Picks, eh?
Shoot the ball, man. How do you miss that? He's wide open. Maybe 6-game parlay for $200, Joe, and that field goal cost me $5,000. Freaking done in, Joe.
Yeah, Hazi's House League Picks. Hazi, I'm going to be fired in 5 minutes, so you got 2 minutes to make your picks. What is your bronze, silver, and gold pick?
Bronze pick, we're going to go a little Baylor plus 8.5. They crumbled. I know this all too well against Oklahoma.
Okay.
When they were up 31-10 at halftime and lost 34-31. But they play Oklahoma again in the Big 12 championship on a neutral site. I think Baylor's going to be pissed off from that game. I think they cover 8.5 points. Thursday night are Dallas at the Bears. Bears plus 2.5. Yeah, Bears will cover that. Dallas stinks. They're on the road. Bears good defense. Bears have been playing better offensively.
You said Dallas that Dallas team. It was a quality team that they beat.
Okay, but they're going on the road to Chicago, who has a good defense as well, and we saw what happened against the Bills with a good defense.
Okay,
go pick and be your Buffalo Bills plus 6 at home against the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Bills win this game already. I think they're at home, which is huge, and I don't know how they're a 6-point underdog in Dallas. And now they're 6-point underdog at home but it doesn't make sense to me, so I'll take the points.
All right, and where can they find that?
Hazi's House League Picks.
At Hazi's House League Picks on Instagram. Make sure you give them a follow. And if you're not following Nonna's Basement Sports Podcast on Instagram and on Twitter, at Nonna's Basement, make sure to follow. And it's time to send a scroll.
Look at me. Did you send the Ravens?
Who the heck uses Ravens anymore?
That was your job. Your only job.
I don't know what you're talking about, these raisins, but next time maybe you should use Send a Scroll.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, he almost took the whole fucking department down.
You almost fucking died.
So Dan came to watching. Man, he came to give me the Send a Scroll, this beautiful scroll, and so I could show you guys what it is. And he completely forgot how much time was left, and he had to re-up our mics and almost took down the whole basement.
Well, forget that. He almost went slip-sliding head first into the fucking table.
What would you have done if he's out cold? Do we guys continue the show, or like, do we help him?
I would hope you stopped the show.
I don't think I would.
I'd hope you turned the mics on with your head as you back it. So we continue, and then we go give you CPR.
A little conky there, Dan.
But Joe will give you CPR. He likes doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe that thing should just be next to you all the time. And I don't have to give it
was on the Christmas tree. It looked good there.
Guess what Joe also doesn't have?
What?
You didn't print out my read.
You never gave him one.
I know. I forgot about that.
So there you go. So don't
You've
sue
only done
me.
this about 65 times, so you should be good to go. Ready? And go.
Send a Scroll is a unique, customized gift that you can give to anyone on any occasion on any given day. If you want to give one like this, and it comes in a nice, beautiful scroll inside, you can give one to Hazi. Well, there's nothing inside now. I took the scroll out.
Let's see how it opens.
There it is. Look, the hole. Hazi can use it for different purposes if he wants to. Okay. That's completely messed up. But
we're going to get taken off the air.
Yeah, exactly. Send a Scroll's going to sue us.
One good joke Joe's made.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Dan. So, you can send it to anybody. If you want to send one to Hazi, wishing him a happy birthday. If you want to send one to Dan to wish him congratulations for coming out of the closet. If you want to send one to me for congratulations, I'm getting a new job because I just got fired because I'm late for my job. You can do whatever you want with Send a Scroll. It's a unique, customized gift. Try it now at
Send a Scroll.
At Nonna's Basement.
No, stop. Sendascroll.com?
Yeah, it's www.sendascroll.com and use our 10% discount code.
Nonna.
How do you spell that?
Nonna.
And you can get 10% off on your next scroll. Make sure to get them now before Christmas time. I'm hearing there are some discounts. There could be some more discounts. There could be a gift that comes along with it during the Christmas time because Santa's always really nice around this time of
Also,
year.
send your scroll to Joe wishing him good luck at the roulette table.
Yes. Maybe I put all my $25 on black and the Leafs just lost. Congratulations. 3-1.
I'll give you some money to do some sports bets for me.
We'll talk about that after the show. All right. Haz, who are you sending your scroll to?
Sending a scroll to North York, Ontario for hosting this beautiful podcast, especially good old Nonna who used to live in the south of France.
Yeah, wow. How did you know that? I'm actually shocked. Yeah. What city?
Lille.
Marseille.
Anyways.
Wow.
Close. It was good. I didn't even know you knew that. That was good for you.
Oh, fuck, I'm a smart guy. And for getting home at a reasonable hour and so for shooting it inside the actual basement.
Does it feel like a legitimate podcast now?
It does.
We're always legitimate.
Okay, that's
we
true.
got a little less legitimate when Dan got on board, but
now we're back up.
And now we can have McDonald's At 9:30.
No, I got to go to work. All right, Dan, who are you sending your scroll to?
I'm going to send my scroll to Nonna for making us
Oh.
use her basement.
Okay,
I
two
just
done.
sent that scroll. But we can send two. Nothing wrong with
That's
that.
wrong.
Nonna would like to.
One in Italian, one in English, because we know Nonnas can't read English, so it's going to be Italian.
All right, so then I'm going to send mine to Angry Will. Thank you for not absolutely torturing us and being a nice guy for the first time in the history of time. Not being angry. He didn't seem very angry.
Oh.
Even talking about his Minnesota Vikings. Didn't really seem that angry. So thank you, Will, for being a normal human for the first time in your life. Dan, what kind of music do we have to... Oh, some nice greeting music. Some nice season's greetings. It's December. It's December. Have fun. Listen to the song. It's a beautiful song.
Stroke of my, lick of my, suck on my cock. It's the first time for you, so here's what you do.
This is Nonna's Basement, signing out from Joseph Monticchio, Elias Hazi Prodromu, and Dan the Pooh Man. Thank you for listening inside Nonna's Basement Live. We'll be back next week with more guests, more things, and Hazi literally just shit himself. Enjoy season's greetings.
And slurping, my dick will get firm. Soon you'll be tasting sperm. Do it right now and don't bite now. Drag your tongue across my meat. If you give me head, there's no need to spread. By now you should know a blowjob can't be beat. Faster now, deeper now into your throat. The secret is not to choke.